the Republic is your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief AP Gaines here, and some exciting news. The mayhem of the road ahead has finally calmed down, and cooler heads have prevailed. We've done some thinking, we've done some work behind the scenes, and people are freaking out. They're saying, man, I got to rush a GL now. GLs are the king. GLs are unbeatable. If you're not rushing a GL early game, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. You're basically never going to be able to win a GAC. Well, fortunately, we've calmed down. We've realized that, here on the AP Gaines channel, a lot of my content is geared around people who are either new to the game, in the middle game, or free to play. That's kind of the audience I work towards. So if you're watching this and you're 8 million GP, this might not necessarily mean anything for you, because the video is probably going to be something like titled like, this update is great for early game. So if you guys are early to mid game, if you guys are sub 4 million GP, this is going to be the video for you. If you guys are considering starting a new account, this is definitely going to be considered something important for you. Now, returning viewers are going to know all about the AP Gaines approved farming strategy. I talk about it all the time. We go for the core teams. I have plenty of videos on them in the SWGOH guides playlist, as well as the most recent update 2 or 3 days ago. I think it's actually going to be my third upload for the day. So if this is the first video you're seeing, hey, I have 2 videos that also came out today. You might want to go check those out. But the rough strategy is, let's say we have one player, us, who has the AP Gaines strategy. Another person rushes a Galactic Legend and has a Galactic Legend. So we're over a year into the game. We've been winning all our GACs. They've been losing all of theirs. But now they have a GL, and it could spell some trouble for us. So what do we do? Well, the general strategy, and the strategy that you guys watch on stream all the time, when we fight GLs, I don't have a GL, even on my main account, 3.3 million GP, no GLs. I face GLs all the time. We have a 100% success rate against GLs, because the thing about GLs is they're just one team, they're one zone. Yes, they're unbeatable, but we plan on not even attempting a battle against them. Yes, it can be boring. If you see if you see an opponent with a GL, it's a 100% win rate, but it's 100% boredom. You can mess around with a couple of teams, do some meme strats just to have a little fun here and there. But you're going to win, which is unfortunate. So what you do is you place a defense, because we have better teams. We place a defense, we know even if they save their GL for offense, they can't beat. So what happens? They place their GL on defense. They can't clear any of our zones. We beat all their non-GL teams. We walk away with an easy dub. They save their GL for offense. They clear maybe one of our zones, or don't clear any, because, even with our teams, basically just their GL is beating. So like, for example, the last 3 or 4 times I placed a GL or fought a GL, they saved it for offense. Those are all streamed. You guys can go back and watch them. They didn't clear any of my zones. My front top, my front bottom. We placed teams. They only beat one team, and that was, I'm assuming, the team they used their GL to fight. And then if they save it for offense, we full clear them. We get to have some fun. We get our max banners. We get to pursue number 1 in GAC for our division. It's all fine and dandy. So the thing is, early game is in this really great spot where informed players are going to be able to follow our strategy and make sure that they have that 100% success rate, not only against people who don't necessarily have focused or efficient rosters following other strategies, but also those players who go after the GLs. Because we've been beating up on these players for, 5 to 6 months now with the free-to-play account. And once they get the GL, we're going to be beating up on them even harder, not only because we're going to have teams that they just can't beat even with their GL. We're going to have teams that can beat their non-GL teams, so we're going to be rocking them there. If they save it for offense, the same situation. So there's going to be more and more players who are going to perceive this change as GLs must be rushed in the early game. And that's going to have 2 effects on those of us over here who are trying to stay efficient, trying to win our GACs. We're going to have more easy victories in GAC 1 because there's going to be more GLs. But also, the negative part is we're going to have a lot less fun because we're going to be facing these GLs more often. So the good thing in GAC, especially, I'm in that sweet spot around 3 to 3.3 million GP. Of course, the people I play are always 3.8 million GP. Matchmaking sucks. CG, fix your game. I love it when people don't have GLs because, we win no matter what, GL or no GL. But we get to full clear, we get to have some fun, we get to play some good stuff on defense. They usually don't clear even our weaker defenses, and we full clear them, we have some fun on offense. But the problem is when they have the GL, they place the GL on the front bottom, front top, depending on the division you're in. We have a lot less fun. So yes, our AP Gains Improved Farming Strategy followers, we're going to have crazy win streaks. We're going to be in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. Some of you guys are getting up to in the hundreds. The only problem is, are we going to really even want to play GAC? Because our GAC is going to consist of placing a hard defense, beating a team, realizing that you've already won. Yeah, you can beat the other 3 or 4 teams, but is fighting 1 to 5 battles, is that fun? You're getting the dubs, you're getting the rewards for first place in your GAC bracket. You're getting that notoriety amongst your guildmates, like, hey, my win streak is 65 or whatever it is. But you're missing out on the fun part of the game, which is why this is going to be really good for early game if you are a player who's just concerned about winning at all costs. If you're a player who says, of course we're going to win, but I'd like to win and have some fun, this is going to be quite annoying, which is where my account is at that 3.3 to 3.4 million GP range is going to be that sweet spot for maximum fun. We're going to have the teams they can't beat even with a GL, and we're going to finally get our first GL, so even if they place on defense, we're still going to be able to full clear. So kind of the way the guide is going so far is, while your opponents are farming up the GL, we win all of those matches. We win all the matches against the normal people as well, because the normal people just lose to every farming guide. And then once they get the GL, we're winning at the same percentage, 100%, but we're having a lot less fun until that point at which we get our next GL. So is the AP gain strategy going to move from getting a GL at 3 million GP down to 2.5 million GP, 2.25 million GP, 2 million GP? Where is it going to change? At what point can we consider that we have enough good defensive teams that our opponent can't beat us? I'm going to have to go in and do some changes once the change goes live in a month, because if we have some counters and some counters don't work, or however the thing shakes out, we might have to rearrange and backlog or front load the point at which we get our first GL, not for a winning standpoint, because we know our win percentage is still always going to remain 100%. What we're going to have to do is, I'm going to have to poll you guys in the comments, let me know in the comments on Discord. I'm going to have to ask a bunch of people, has the fun that you've been receiving, yes, you've been winning, but is the fun going to be so low to the point where, like, maybe we have to get that GL early just so that we can even have fun in the game mode? Like, Conquest was fun for a moment, but now it's just boring. It's tedious. It's a chore. It's a job. Like I've been saying, Conquest feels like work. Like, you work for 2 weeks, and then at the end of the 2 weeks, you get a nice little paycheck. And then you work for 2 weeks, and you get a nice little paycheck. Is GAC going to be like that? Is that going to be an event where it's like, yeah, we can do it. We're always going to win. We're always going to be number 1. But we're not really enjoying it like we used to. So that's the consideration I'm going to have to make in the newest update of the guide that's going to come out in a month or 2 after the changes go live. Do we need to focus on GLs at 2.5 million GP as opposed to 3 million GP? Just so that we can regain that fun aspect that we've been having. Because right now, our opponents don't clear anything, we full clear. If they have a GL, our opponents don't clear anything, we have less fun, we beat everything else. So that's kind of the sticky situation I've been in recently. I've been pondering is, how can I make it so we keep the 100% win rate, but we increase the amount of fun we're having? If you guys have any ideas, maybe going down to 2.75 million GP, maybe there are certain teams that we don't necessarily need to grab in the later game. It's going to be hard to argue because we basically get everything important. I think the farming guide's in a perfect place, like literally a perfect place right now. It flows perfectly and all that good stuff. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Go watch the other 2 videos from today. I gotta go. I got a bunch of stuff to do. As always, I love you, and I'll see you guys later.